Welcome to KDX Bricks Analytics, where I watch all the Lego investing and reselling videos so that you don't have to. So let's jump right into it. From July 1st to September 15th, 2022, I've watched 95 YouTube videos about Lego investing and reselling across 10 different channels, and we've had a total of 446 individual Lego set mentions. As you know, I watch all of the Lego investing and reselling YouTube videos that I can find for each 2-week period. I mark down every time a set gets mentioned and give it an enthusiasm score of 1, 2, or 3. And so this video is covering the cumulative table from July 1st to September 15th, and we will highlight anything that changed from 2 weeks ago. Right at top, Demogorgon 11 still holds the top spot. 5 more mentions in the last 2 weeks, up to 10 mentions total with a top E-score of 3. Next up, 76188, Batman Classic TV series Batmobile. This one has been right up top the entire time too, so it got 2 more mentions in the last 2 weeks. And same thing with this next set, 76239, Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Great vehicle, great minifigures. All 3 of these top 3 sets will do very, very well in retirement. And notice, none of these sets that are up here are Star Wars sets, and Star Wars typically are the ones a lot of people gravitate to for retirement. That's kind of cool. It gives us a lot of opportunity for variety and diversification when it comes to Lego investing and reselling. Now I'm going to scroll down the table a little bit slowly here so you can follow along, pause the video at any time to look at what is listed on this cumulative table, but I'm not going to talk about anything that hasn't changed from 2 weeks ago. And please note these +1s for Donald Duck and the Overlord Dragon, they're not a change because I talked about them in my last video, which was specific to September 1st to September 15th. And so as you can see here, yes, it's a +1, but it's the first mention. Now down to the next chunk that changed. And of course, they are all highlighted in this very light yellow color. But next up, Voldemort, Nagini, and Bellatrix Brickheads set. It's up to 10 mentions also with a 2.9 score. Notice a pattern that Brickheads are considered great investing and reselling. They've done very well in the past. After that, we've got the first Star Wars 40558 Clone Trooper Command Station. 2 more mentions up to 6 with an E-score of 2.8. And then 75955 Hogwarts Express. Also 2 more mentions up to 5 total. But interestingly enough, the E-score for the first time dropped below 3.0. So it's down to 2.8. Still very, very strong. Next up, one of my favorite speed champions, the Chevy Corvettes. 76903. That red classic 1968 Chevy is so good. 1 more mention up to 5 and a very strong 2.8 E-score. Imperial Shuttle, so 75302. 2 more mentions for a total of 4, and it's up to a 2.8 enthusiasm score. I'm surprised by that. They've done a ton of shuttles, and some of them have done well in the past, and this one is smaller and just doesn't seem to flow together too well. There's a lot of little weird shapes and clunkiness to me, but any Star Wars set with a Darth Vader in it typically can do well, so I'm surprised, but it's popular among investors and resellers. Another Star Wars 75316, the Mandalorian Starfighter, one of my favorites. 2 more mentions, total of 4, up to an E-score of 2.8. 21324, the Sesame Street set. 7 total mentions now with an E-score of 2.7. 1989 Batwing, 6 total mentions with a 2.7. That one's high, and I agree. Great minifigures and great compliment to the other large Batman sets that Lego's come out with in the recent years. 75321, the Razor Crest Microfighter, and it's up to its 3rd mention and an E-score of 2.7. Harry Potter Attack on the Burrow, one of my favorites. Most of the minifigures are exclusive, and for a Harry Potter building, all the different color and unique shapes this one sets out. It's an iconic scene later in the series. Another mention up to 8 total. Enthusiasm score of 2.5. The Bad Batch Attack Shuttle got 2 more mentions up to 6 and increased its E-score up to 2.5. The Fish Tank got its 2nd mention with a score of 2.5. I do like this set. Another Harry Potter Brickheads. This is probably the least interesting of the ones that have been out recently. However, it's Hagrid, Hermione, Harry, and Ron. It's a must-have, and my son's built it maybe even twice now, and we love it. Its 2nd mention up to 2.5. I think it'll do well in retirement. Ahsoka Tano, a great character. I'm watching Clone Wars again right now. What a blast. It's a small set, so you gotta sell a bunch of units, but it will do well in retirement. 42083, the first super large Technic supercar. I don't have this yet, and I want it, and I'm worried I'm gonna have to pay a premium in retirement. Got its 2nd mention up to 2.5. It could do pretty well in retirement. Now on to the next bunch of sets, starting off with 40552, Buzz Lightyear. 9 mentions and enthusiasm score of 2.4, it will do well. The Boba Fett helmet, despite the fact that it's been on the shelves forever and discounted forever, it still has 8 total mentions with an E-score of 2.4. 2 NASA sets that will do excellent. Anything NASA does excellent. Retirement 21321 International Space Station, 7 mentions, 2.4. Same thing with the NASA Apollo Saturn V, up to 7 mentions with a 2.4 E-score. 75319, the Armor's Mandalorian Forge, 2 more mentions, up to 5 with a 2.4. This set is outstanding. The minifigures are great. 75296, the Darth Vader Meditation Chamber, 8 mentions, so 3 more mentions, 8 total, up to 2.3. Looks like investors and resellers are thinking this set's going to do pretty well, and I still have my doubts. Great concept, just a little bit clunky, but you know, it's got a Darth Vader minifigure in it. They're probably right. It probably will do very well in retirement. This set will do amazing. 20th anniversary set with the Golden Professor Coral and 5 minifigures total if you include the statues. So the Hogwarts First Flying Lesson, 21051 Tokyo Architecture Skyline. It's okay. Probably one of the least exciting architecture sets in a while. Not much enthusiasm around it. 21319 Central Park. This set's polarizing. Some people are recommending to stay away from it completely. It will not do well on retirement. Other people are saying this is the most iconic sitcom in history and it's been super popular for decades. Got 2 more mentions, up to 3, and an E-score of 2.3. 1 more mention for this relatively new set, the ATTE Walker. Lots of great minifigures, and it has a 2.3 with 3 mentions. I like this set. Dumbledore's Phoenix Fox. I like this set a lot. That minifigure and the minifigure size Phoenix that's standing on the perch next to Dumbledore looks great. Got its 3rd mention with a score of 2.3. 75305, the Scout Trooper helmet. Yep, see, 2 more mentions, up to 8. Only an E-score of 2. Well, not only. I mean, that's still great. But this set's going to do well. It's going to be sneaky good in retirement, in my opinion. It will take some years, but I think it's going to do better than people are thinking. 40559, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, one of my favorite brickheads. I think it'll do really well in retirement. It's up to its 6th mention with an E-score of 2. The Large Disney Castle, up to its 5th mention. Got 3 more in the last 2 weeks, so an E-score of 2. And then 76392, the Hogwarts Wizards chess. This one will do very well. It appeals to Harry Potter, it appeals to Lego fans, and it appeals to chess players, and it has another 20th anniversary golden minifigure. This one has 4 mentions now with an E-score of 2. All right, now we're down to the lower part of the table where either there are only a couple of mentions for each set or the enthusiasm score is below 2. But don't let that deter you. I am very confident that there are some really good winners in this lower half of this table. But the trick is picking them out, finding them, getting them for a good price and getting a lot of them and being staged to resell them 18 to 24 months after they retire. Next up, 10271, the Fiat 500. I don't like Fiats. Lego did a good job making it look like the real thing, but not my favorite. 10302 got its 2nd mention with an enthusiasm score of 2 is the Optimus Prime. This set is so good. The only downside is I'm sure it's overhoarded, but it actually transforms. This set is going to be so popular. The Architecture Taj Mahal, the smaller one, $120. Some Taj Mahals in the past have done very well, so I think since this one's at a more attainable price point, I think it will do very well. Star Wars 75311 got its 2nd mention, E-score of 2. Love the minifigures. 75948 Hogwarts Clock Tower got its 2nd mention, E-score of 2. Not my favorite. Love this set. 76200 Brothor's New Asgard. Great little build, lots of details. Minifigures are outstanding. 2 mentions. 76238 Classic TV Series Batman Cowl got its 2nd mention with enthusiasm score of 2. Same thing with 80108 Lunar New Year Traditions. Now I'm going to scroll through the table. Feel free to pause at any time. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about anything that hasn't changed, but I'm doing it in chunks here. Now on to the next light yellow highlighted set, which is 75283, the Armored Assault Tank. Has 4 mentions, but only an E-score of 1.8. Still, I'm sure it'll do decent in retirement, but the minifigures will need to carry this set. 75280, great minifigures, great walker. You know, if only they could make that speeder like 4 more times the size of what it is in this set right now. No, I'm kidding. These speeders are oversized, and you know, I don't mind that, other than they look ugly too. That's my big problem. 75306, Imperial Probe Droid. 2 more mentions, up to 3, but jumped up to an E-score of 1.7. 75252. Oh, whoops, I made a mistake on the last one. 1 more mention for the Imperial Probe Droid, up to 3, and dropped down to an enthusiasm score of 1.7. Now on to the Star Destroyer. If you would like a bunch of great pieces for $700, this is the set for you. It has its 5th mention, E-score of 1.6. The Elf Clubhouse, 6 total mentions, 1.5. T2 Camper Van, 4 total mentions, 1.5. Seinfeld got its 2nd second mention, 1.5. The Ferrari Daytona SP3. This set could do well. I want to see how the first two supersized Technic Lego cars do first, but this one to me is the best of the three so far. 80109 Lunar New Year Ice Festival, 2 mentions, 1.5. This set here has its 4th mention, but only a 1.3. I'm surprised. I would think that the enthusiasm would be a little higher on this. There's a lot of Ford fans out there, and it's a perfect price point for resale at $100. 75310, a 1.3 up to 4 mentions. The Batman cowl, another mention up to 3, but it dropped down to an enthusiasm score of 3. I kind of agree with that. And now for my 3 favorite sets from this video. Coming in at number 3 is the 1989 Batwing. The more that I look at this set, the more that I love it. The shaping is great. The texture is great. 2 of the 3 minifigures are exclusive. And let me find my favorite image of this set right here. It is hanging on the wall. How cool is that? It's not like an art piece hanging, Lego art piece hanging on the wall. It's an actual set that has its own stand, but it can also hang on the wall. And I can just see putting the Batmobile or the large tumbler on the bookcase below it, and that would look outstanding. My second favorite set from this video, 40496, one of the Harry Potter brickheads, and this set already has 10 mentions, so it is crazy popular. It's a multi-pack for brickheads. $25 is a pretty good price point for investing and reselling, so obviously this set will do extremely well. And you know, it's got your 3 main bad guys from Harry Potter. You gotta love that. And then my number 1, it's been number 1 before, the 76188 Batman Classic TV Series Batmobile. $30, 2 outstanding minifigures. Got playability, it's got the stand, the plaque. It's a great set. It was hard to get, not available that much, and I still love the gray and blue classic Batman suit in that minifigure, and of course the classic pink from Joker. That's a wrap on this video. I will see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.